Hey, I'm Michael Williams, your island chef. Welcome to my kitchen, and today we're going to be making a spinach and cashew pesto. Pestos are wonderful, and there's tons of different ways you can use them. We're going to cover a few of those uses today, and hopefully inspire you to using pesto in different ways. So first we got to make it though, right? Traditionally, a pesto is pine nuts, Parmesan cheese, basil, and olive oil. You know, those are the main ingredients. And today we're doing one a little bit different. We're using spinach instead of the basil. We're using feta cheese instead of the parm, and cashews instead of the pine nuts. Now, all of these ingredients are a fair bit more economical than a traditional pesto. So this is, this is going to be a lot more cost effective. Spinach, much cheaper than basil. Feta, a little bit cheaper than Parmesan cheese, and cashews are a heck of a lot cheaper than pine nuts. So what do we need to do? Well, this spinach, this was just simple bunch spinach from the grocery store. I blanched it in a fry pan with a little bit of water until it was nice and wilted. Takes about 10-15 seconds in a preheated pan and you're ready to go. So into the food processor that goes. Feta cheese can go in now. Now we're gonna add a couple other things in there. Let's get some shallots. Love shallots. They're gonna provide a nice little punch. This is going in the food processor, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of help and just give it a bit of a rough chop before we get it in there so it can blend nice and easily. Okay, so now we just need, 1 or 2 cloves of garlic, depending on their size. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Just gonna cut the tops and bottoms off. And this time I'm actually going to push down with my knife until they pop. Nice and easy to peel at that point. Okay, and it goes. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it a little bit of a chopping too. Just same reason. If I put that whole clove in there, there's a chance it might not get processed and we might get a big nasty chunk of garlic. So I'll just give it a couple easy chops. Okay, season it up. Just a light little pinch of salt. There's enough salt in the feta already, so we don't need too much. Some pepper though, for sure. A little bit of paprika. Paprika is always nice. And to get this going, we're gonna need a little bit of olive oil in there. About 3 tablespoons or so. Okay, so I need to wipe the edges down here, as we've got some big chunks of garlic and shallot that got caught up on the side. So you always need to scrape the bowl down. And then when this goes back on, I'm gonna get it going again, and I'm gonna take a look and I'm gonna check the texture. I'm gonna check the consistency and see if we need a little bit more oil. Less oil, it's gonna be super, super thick. If we add a little bit more oil, it's gonna be a little bit more saucy and fluid. So you make the call. How do you like it? Looks pretty good. I don't think it needs too much more. Maybe just a little kiss. Yeah, that's looking awesome. All right, so the pesto is ready to go. Well, I mean, it does need a taste, to be honest. And you know what? That's perfect, just like that. Oh, that's so good. So we'll dish it out into a bowl, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with it. All right, so as I was saying, pesto's got a lot of uses in the kitchen. A lot more than just pesto chicken pizza or pesto pasta, whatever. Let's look at it. We got some kale that I just wilted in the pan here. Simply as the same way with the spinach. Hot pan, put the kale in, add some water. Now I'm gonna make it taste amazing with some of this pesto. All you need to do is give it a little stir. You can add this to stir fries just the same way. Use it as your stir fry sauce. But believe me, with kale, this pesto, kale never tasted better. I'm gonna enjoy some of that later. Now, of course, pesto and veggies, really like that. Crackers, vegetables, it makes a great dip. Sandwiches, use this instead of mayonnaise. You're getting a lot more out of this pesto than the jar of mayonnaise in your fridge. And don't be shy. All we got in here is nice, raw, uncooked olive oil, cashews, spinach, a little bit of feta cheese, and hey, you got a great sandwich. Use it as a spread on top of your chicken. The possibilities are fairly limitless, fairly. So, spinach, cashew, pesto, countrygrocer.com. Check out the recipe. It's there for you along with hundreds of others. Thanks for being with us today. I'm going to have some enjoyable kale.